edition of the Hockey Nation Live Show. It's Sunday, and we have only two games in NHL today, so we're going to go preview each one of them, but don't go nowhere. Welcome back to another edition of the Hockey Nation Live Show. This is your coach, Coach Frenchy, back in the house today. And it's Sunday afternoon. We are about only 45 minutes before the first game of the day start at 3 o'clock Eastern Time on the NBC National Television. So everybody in the USA can watch the game. It's going to be the first game of the day. It's between the Washington Capitals, are back on the ice finally after a couple of days off because of COVID-19, and they play against the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Capitals are 6-3-3. The Penguins are 6-5-1. We expect Vanecek, it's confirmed, he's going to be in front of the net. Also, Jerry is going to be between the pipes for the Pittsburgh. The Capitals are a power play of 37.0. Their PK is 81.4. They have an average of goal for 3.58 and also a goal again at 3.58. And they score so far since the beginning of the year 43 goal and they allow 43 goal. The shot so far is 340 and they gave 383 shot on the net, and they have a minute penalty of 107 since the beginning of the year. For the Pittsburgh, on the special units, really low, I'll be honest with you. Usually Pittsburgh have a better special team. This year so far they are 13.5 on power play, and their PK it's low at 70.3. They score so far 34 goals this year for an average of a 2.83, and they allow 44 goal, and they have an average of a 3.67, a little bit high to be honest with you for Pittsburgh. And then they shot on the net 348, and they allow 325, and they have only 81 minutes of penalties since the beginning of the year. The best player dominate for each team. For the Washington, the most goal is Backstrom with 6. Guanzel is 4. For the most points so far since the beginning of the year, Backstrom is 17. Rust at 10. And the most assists, Backstrom 11 and Rust at 7. The TOI most of the time on the ice, Carlson at 24.36, Letank at 24.43. The plus minus, Schultz plus 9, that's pretty good to be honest with you. Kapanen forward is plus 5. The most wins in the beginning of the year, Vanecek is 5, and this Smith is 4. A lot of players are back on the lineup for the Washington today. TJ Oshie is going to be back. We expect Kustenov to be back also for them. We know, we heard this morning they sent Samsonov on the American Hockey League. It's just for condition because he was also on the COVID-19. So I think now Washington is getting most of those players back on the lineup. That's great news. For Pittsburgh, it's going to be the same line, same thing, but the defensemen getting better on the injury side. That gave them a little bit, because they played at some point last week with 5 regular defensemen out of the lineup. So, but we expect a little bit more for Crosby, Malkin, and a top 6 for sure if they have a chance to beat the Washington Capitals today. Finally, the second game of the day is at 7 o'clock p.m. And this is a welcome back. The Colorado Avalanche are back finally on the ice. They should have a great lineup. Everybody was on the COVID-19 should be back and on the ice with them. They play again the Vegas Golden Knight. They won yesterday 3-1 against San Jose. So it's going to be a back-to-back. The record for the Colorado is 7-3-1. For Colorado, for the Vegas Golden Knight are 9-2-1. We expect Gruber and Fleury. I'll be honest, we used 50-50 for Fleury. We know Leonard is on the injury. Right now, he did not play for the last 2 games, so we'll be surprised. But I want to talk a little bit about Fleury. He have an amazing start of the year with 6-1-1, a game average again of 1.58. So maybe now they have maybe a controversy of goal contender over there. Maybe Fleury will be back to goal number one, but it's something we have to follow up. For the special team, Colorado is 26.9, a good number there, and a great number one on 89.7 on PK. And for the Vegas, they are 20.0 on power play and 84.2. Another good stats for the Vegas. Goal for Colorado scored 38, and they have an average of 3.46, and they allow 24 goals for the good average of a 2.18. For Vegas, they score so far 40 goals. They allow only 27. They have an average of a 3.33 and also a goal again at 2.25. And finally, for the shot, Colorado shot 349 and allow only 290. For Vegas, 370, and allow only 303. And minute penalty per game percent at the beginning of the year, Colorado is 95 and Vegas is 100. It's going to be the 12th game of the season for Colorado, and the 13th for Vegas. Two teams was have problem with the COVID-19, unfortunately, and it was Pretangelo played yesterday for Vegas, was his first game since he was under COVID-19. For the stat, Rantanen has the most goals for Colorado with 7. Pacioretty is there with 6. The most point McKinnon is 14. Stone for Vegas is 16. Most assists McKinnon also at 12. Stone at 10. TOI, time on the ice, Makar is 24.01 and Pedangelo is 25.52. Plus minus, Makar is plus 9. Martinez, a good stat there, plus 10. And finally, the most win, Gerber with 7. Fleury plus 6. We expect both goaltender in the lineup, maybe for the gold starter of the day. I have a couple of news about this. By the way, one game, because of COVID-19, is postponed today. Is between the Philadelphia versus the New York Rangers. We know the situation in Philadelphia with Giroux, Renem on the COVID-19. That's another problem over there. Vancouver announced today from the owners they support Jim Benning and also Travis Green. I don't actually going to have any change over there at for the Vancouver this year. Could happen after the season, but I don't see what the owner said this morning on Twitter. They don't expect any change, and they are okay with Jim Benning right now and Travis Green, the head coach for Vancouver. Also, you have a lot of players on the waiver list today. A couple of surprise players, and we start right away with the Montreal Canadiens. Put the veteran number 41, Paul Biron, on the waiver list. Now, can he be claimed? Yes. His salary is about 3.1, I believe. Good defensive player, a lot of speed, everything like that. A little bit surprised Montreal did that, but again, it's about salary cap, and plus he has 0 goals since the beginning of the year. So, by the way, James Neal was on the waiver list yesterday. He was not claimed, so he's clear to be back with the Oilers. Edmonton. Pretty sure they would put him on the Texas squad at that moment. The second player was on the waiver list is Alex Galchenyuk. He was traded yesterday from Ottawa to Carolina, and because the situation, 14 days, changing the country, everything like that, Carolina put him on the waiver list today. If he's not claimed, he's going to go on the, I'm pretty sure, on the protocol list for 2 weeks because of that. And Ottawa put Gabriel Carlson on the waiver list also for them. We have Detroit Red Wings put the veteran De Geyser on the waiver list too. So that's another big news, to be honest with you. We was not expect that. But again, with salaries, everything like that, team try to save the most money they can, and that would be surprised. Then finally, before we shut down here, I want to talk to you about 2 things. First of all, the KHL start the playoff in 15 days, and then you have a speculation because the KHL will be shut down earlier, not shut down, be closed before the NHL season is over. Possible some player from there could sign with the couple of teams in the NHL. That's something we have to follow up. It could happen. Not say it will happen, but I think it's a possibility to have a couple of players from KHL could join a couple of teams in NHL. And finally, the last news of the day, I want to talk about the head coach for the Buffalo. Gregor is back on the ice with the team now. That's a great news. Philadelphia Flyers should be back on the ice also tomorrow. So that's really good news. So we always know Buffalo, Minnesota are on the ice. We just wait now for the New Jersey, and look like everybody will be back on the ice. That's good news about that one. So that's pretty much what we have today. It's a quick preview game because we have only 2 games. I'll be back tonight for the post game for sure. And but before we leave, don't forget to subscribe to her YouTube channel, and also on the Facebook page under Hockey Nation Live Show. And leave some comments, talk about hockey, and don't hesitate to join us at any time because we have a daily show every day from Monday to Friday at 11 o'clock Eastern Time on Facebook and YouTube channel. And like we do every single time, and remember, you hockey fans of Hockey Nation Live Show, you have greatness inside of you. Have an amazing listening Sunday.